my lovely tides, Emmy. Welcome back to another MRE tasting. Today I'll be tasting my first Lithuanian MRE. So this MRE was very kindly sent to me by Mr. E. Mr. E, thank you so much for sending me my first taste of Lithuania. If you've missed my previous international MRE tastings, I shall direct you to the playlist where I will include all of them there. In that playlist also includes a Russian tasting. I tasted a Russian IRP, and in that tasting I kind of went blindly because I couldn't read any of the Cyrillic characters. So in the comments of that video, several of you said that I could have used the Google Translate app to help me translate it. I wish this thing had existed when I was living in Japan, where I line the text and it translates it in real time. The packaging of this is very similar to the US MREs in the sense that it is in some heavyweight plastic. This is in a green color rather than the khaki brown, and this does not look like it's a peelable seal. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it open. Meow. So, package of almonds, some biscuits, a little sundries pack, another kind of pack with goodies. This looks like it might be the main entree, so this looks like it's going to go with this. Alright, so in this small packet of goodies is a chocolate bar, some black tea, some strawberry jam, nutritional information for the ration. Looks like a vitamin C powder, and this looks like sugar. And let's see what's in the last bag. Our spoon. This looks like some fuel. A box of matches. This is great. I don't think I've ever gotten an actual box of matches before. A hand wipe. And a zip tie. These things are brilliant. I love these things. I'm not exactly sure of the specific application of this, but perhaps things will be revealed to me as I go along. Oh, brilliant! This is pork stew with buckwheat in a nice little package here. And this looks like the Lithuanian version of a flameless ration heater. And it looks very much like the US issue from this ration heater with the chemical pack here, and you add a bit of water. And all of the instructions are in English. So it looks like it gives you two options to heat your food. You have the flameless ration heater, or you have this tray for heating with some fuel. Let me place one of our fuels. I'm going to try one of our matches, and they're blue. Love that. These are wooden matches with a nice little striker on the sides, and so they light nicely. And let me see if I can get this fuel to light too. There it is, glowing right there. Nice little blue flame. Let's go ahead and get our entree ready. We're going to tear it from the top, if I can. There we go. And we're going to add 60 milliliters of water, which is roughly a quarter cup. Significantly more water than the US ration. The US ration is just a couple teaspoons, really. Now we're going to add our meal to the packet. Our quarter cup of water. Fold that over. Give that a little shake. It does not say to put it back into the box, so we'll let that sit for the requisite 12 minutes. And it is getting warm. It's really puffing up. Oh, look at this. Holy smokes. Super reacting. I'm going to have to put this outside. Maybe this is what the zip tie was for. It just said to fold over the sleeve. Oh my god, it's super reacting. Okay, I'm going to put this in a well-ventilated area. So I love the simplicity of this ration. This is not over the top. This is very, very basic. But sometimes that's all you need, right? At this point, I've tasted several rations, and it seems like nuts are pretty ubiquitous. They're really high in energy, they're good for you, and they're tasty. And this is no exception. We have some almonds here, also called migdolai. They're great. They actually taste like raw almonds. They're not oily at all. They don't taste roasted. Very kind of plain, but nutritious and tasty. And not at all salted. There's not a drop of salt on there. No sugar, no nothing. Just pure almond goodness. Little tea bag, and this is royal black tea. It says hot water, place sugar by taste. So do you put your tea bag in first, then add your hot water, or do you add your hot water first and then your tea bag? I actually do this. Most of the time in our house we use loose leaf tea anyways, so this just seems to be automatic. You put your tea in first and then your hot water. Let that steep a little bit. So I think this is a wet nap. Let's go ahead and open that up. That smells great. Just like those KFC wet naps. Love that. Super familiar. And same kind of paper texture too. Smells a little bit like Lysol. Very fake lemon smell. Love that. Alright, got my hands nice and clean. Okay, so I don't like my tea to steep too long. And just for kicks, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. I usually have my tea black. Pretty large crystals of granulated sugar. And use the provided spoon to give it a stir. And that's nice. Nice little cup of black tea. It tastes a little bit different though. It tastes a little bit woodsy, but it's nice and warm. And on a frigid day, I think it would be most excellent. Let's go ahead and check on our entree. In terms of the size of reaction, this kind of reminds me of the Japanese ration that I had. It also was flameless, but it was in a large bag and there was lots of steam coming out of the package. Here is the meal. Definitely toasty. So I like the fact that even though this is packaged in one package, there is a distinction between the stew and the buckwheat. Alright, so I'm going to have a little bit of the stew and a little bit of the buckwheat together. Quiero appetito! And that's pretty tasty. A little salty. The buckwheat has a very soft texture, kind of similar to mashed potatoes, but it's very flavorful. A little bit of carrot in there, some onion. Nicely seasoned. Yeah, and the pork's pretty good too. Very, very, very tender. Not at all stringy. Nicely seasoned. Kind of reminiscent of a canned stew, but none of that canned tinny flavor. Nice and meaty, although well seasoned, not overly salty. A little bit of spice, and definitely some onion and carrot in there as well. I would say that's pretty good. A very, very hearty stick to your ribs meal, and would be really great out in the field. Let's have some on the biscuit. There are 4 hardtack biscuits in there. Look how thick those are. It looks like there's some fennel or caraway seeds in there. They were so hard, I'm going to have to dip them in my tea. Okay. Very, very hard biscuit. And kind of an interesting texture as well. It doesn't kind of just snap and break away or crumble. Very, very resilient and tough. And really requires some dipping to kind of soften up enough to eat. Slightly sweet. Has a little bit of an oily flavor. And definitely some kind of licorice caraway flavor to it. Yeah, not exactly my favorite, but it seems to be very representative of an idea of hardtack or army rations. It seems to be a little bit of suffering involved in this product. Next, I'm going to have a little bit of the strawberry jam. Soften it a bit in my tea and add some jam on that. See if that makes it more pleasant. Wow. Definitely improved by the sweet strawberry jam, which tastes like strawberry jam. Yeah, much better with that. And a little dipping of tea, of course. This looks like a lemon-flavored instant drink, it says in English. So let's go ahead and add that to our glass of water. Actually smells a lot like the lemon wet nap, which is a little worrisome. This water is cool, so it is dissolving, but not readily. All right, cheers! It tastes almost exactly how the wet nap smells. It has a little bit of viscosity to it and a strange artificial sugar aftertaste. Not exactly my favorite after I just wet my hands with a wet nap, but I'm sure incredibly quenching out in the field. I saved the best for last. Let's have this. And this is the Ruta. There they are, 2 bars of Ruta chocolate. Looks like they were started in 1913. Smells fabulous, and it's not bloomed. Nice snap. A very sweet chocolate bar, but pretty good chocolate flavor to that. It's not as melty in terms of mouthfeel as a lot of milk chocolates are, but in terms of chocolate intensity, pretty good. And with hot tea, even better. Alright, so that wraps up my little taste of Lithuania. Thanks again, Mr. E, so much for sending me this military ration. It was terrific. I love, 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 love these military rations, and I love the international ones best because I love to compare and get little glimpses into different cultures. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Be sure to check out the MRE playlist if you want to see more of these kinds of tastings. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if there's anything specific you'd like to see me try. And yeah, share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media and show this video a little bit of love. And I shall see you in my next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye.